You're in the Business Insurance Zone with me, Steve Savant, syndicated financial columnist and contributing author to Backroom Technician. This week on The Biz, our online legal documentation series. And on today's show, our introduction into legal documentation with special guest Frank Divers and Dean Martin.
When it comes to life insurance, annuities, long-term care, disability, or group pension plans, we're the news you can use.
Well, welcome everyone to the Business Insurance Zone. I'm your host, Steve Savant, and we're broadcasting right here in Fountain Hills to a nationwide audience of financial advisors, right here, home of America's largest fountain. And with me today, Dean Martin and Frank Divers, not the Dean Martin though, but welcome to the show.
The other one.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well,
Good to be here.
Thanks for coming, and we're talking today about legal documentation. I have to say, for all of us who are in the financial professional market, we understand a pretty good handle on product. And we have a pretty good handle on strategies and so forth. But there needs to be a lot more care, and I mean serious care, when it comes to documentation. We say we want this to go there, we want these proceeds to go here, and there's no documentation for it. And so we're trying to up our game and really clean up what our industry has been. We've been really lax. And I think part of this, and I want to ask you, Frank, part of this, it seems to me, is because we have a reluctance to deal with attorneys because we hand them business, and it's my big gripe today, I don't get reciprocity back. I don't get business back. So comment about that.
Well, you know, it's that's something that's pretty commonly known all across the United States, that it's a one-way street. They like it coming their direction, but they're hesitant to refer it back to you. Why that is, I can't speak for attorneys, but that is a fact. One of the things that, as you've already alluded to, and that is documentation. You need documentation, and most people think when you have documentation that it requires the services of an attorney to be hands-on involved in the case. But today, because of the world of the internet and the power of communications technologies that we have, there's so many other ways to create that attorney-client relationship without it having to be in an attorney's office, sitting at their conference table and exchanging information face-to-face. One of the highest regarded growth areas in the internet today is digitized legal services. It is growing fast, and what we've done is we have embraced the relationship that would normally take place across the table between an attorney and their client, and we've digitized that communications, which that's all we're talking about, is exchanging information. Attorney asks a question, the client answers question. So we've taken that whole interaction, if you will, and we've digitized it, and we've put it in the cloud via the internet, and now you can accomplish the entire estate planning process without having to go to an attorney's office and sit down face-to-face and do it.
Dean, you know, when I'm thinking about this, I mean, do you think, are people comfortable with not using an attorney and going direct in a documentation kind of cloud and online setting? I mean, do you feel comfortable doing this?
Very good question, because they are still using an attorney. What we've done is, if you think to the Industrial Revolution, the old days, everything was crafted by an artisan. Every chair, your buggy, they were all works of art, but none of the parts fit together with anything else. They were all unique. And the whole Industrial Revolution was let's do all the design work in advance and then make it standardized and simple so that all the different parts will fit together. And then you can assemble it later very easily and change out options, change out wheels, you know, and such. We've done that with the legal profession. We had the lawyers, instead of going and having every legal document be a work of art, we had the lawyers work up in advance and build every little component, every little piece, so that it all fits together. And so you can go and customize exactly what you want, but the lawyer did all their work in advance, and all you're doing is filling in the blanks and picking out those various components. It's kind of like, almost like the cafeteria style or a buffet. You go in and you get to pick out the components and the pieces you want, as opposed to somebody else making that decision.
Frank, is this our alternative for our profession to LegalZoom?
That's a great question. The answer is absolutely. But a big reason is, number one, when you refer someone to LegalZoom, you don't know where that information's going. It's certainly not going to you. It's going to a cloud-based technology company, and what LegalZoom may or may not do with that information on the backside, I don't know. We don't know. But what we do know is that when it comes via our cloud-based technology, Estate Docs Pro, that it is the relationship between you as the producer and your client. It has nothing to do with some third-party service that is in the middle of you and taking that information away from you. So it works much better this way.
Well, and I am a producer. I've been in the industry over 20 years, and the one thing I always hated was when the company that you had been selling for had then gone around you and tried to establish its own relationship with your clients. We don't do that. We don't work directly with the public. We only work with producers, and we protect that relationship because I've been on the other side as a producer, and so our entire operation is designed and geared to support producers so they can support their clients, as opposed to just doing another. You refer somebody off to one of the online like LegalZoom, not only are you not getting any compensation for that or any return referrals, but they're then referring your client off to some other insurance company or somebody else that possibly is marketing through them, and now you're losing a client in your other lines of business as well.
So this is really an issue of control for the agent, for the advisor, that we're actually having some bit of control here. We all preach documentation, and then we have reluctance to interface with a fiduciary because we don't know if that trust is there.
Well, and in fact, you actually are protecting from liability. We've actually seen cases where, as an advisor or an agent, you tell your client you need to go get an estate plan, you need to get your documentation in order, and they never do. Well, what happens when they die and all of a sudden they're paying taxes or other things? The only witness that you told them to go get that is no longer there, and then the kids come back to you and say, why are we paying all these taxes? Why are we paying all these fees?
Well, when you think about it, this is the way we're going to go. And I want to share with you, you can write estatedocs.pro.com/thebiz for a 30-day free trial. When we come back, we'll continue our introduction to online legal documentation with Frank Divers and Dean Martin. And don't forget to jump on our IULUniversity.com for the best training and education for life insurance for retirement income.
You're listening to the insurance industry's #1 resource for products, planning ideas, carrier information, and interviews you can use. When it comes to life insurance, annuities, long-term care, disability, or group pension plans, we're the news you can use.
Did you know the average 401k runs out of money just 7 to 8 years into retirement? Time Magazine, the Wall Street Journal, and many other publications have warned of the difficulty of saving with a 401k. But what if there was a way to create tax-free lifetime retirement income with no stock market risk? Good news, there is.
Living in fear of the next market dive is not the way I want to live my life.
Why would I go out there and take on risk when I don't need to?
I have a lot less stress knowing I can't lose any more of my retirement savings in the stock market.
Call now to receive your free, no-obligation analysis of what this retirement vehicle could do for you, a comparison to your current retirement plan, and a free video that explains this exciting opportunity. Start planning a retirement you can enjoy instead of worrying about future tax increases and stock market losses. Creating income that will last your entire life is the most important thing you'll ever do. Take control of your future. Call now for your free analysis, comparison, and video.
Well, welcome back to the Business Insurance Zone. I'm Steve Savant with Frank Divers and Dean Martin. And remember, you can order today's materials at thebiz.tv. And while you're out there, click on the backroom technician icon right on the Biz blog where I blog. And for the 30-day free trial offer for the best needs analysis and educational materials that address almost every financial scenario. And remember, just a heads up, before moving forward, anything we talk about on our show, always consult your tax advisor and your legal counsel, as well as your broker-dealer compliance officer if you're so FINRA licensed. We're introducing online legal documentation with Frank Divers and Dean Martin, and we're talking about something that time has come. We really need to start doing this, and everybody is into it now. A lot of times we look at things like this and we go, I know I need an irrevocable life insurance trust. I'm really not sure about the crummy powers. I'm really not sure about hanging powers. I'm really not well versed in this. But I've noticed that when I went on your site over the weekend, I also not only saw the documentation, but there was some training, there was some good advice to help us understand what's really going on.
Well, that's what we've built our system, kind of like the tax software. And people have been doing their taxes online for years, and the accountants wrote the software, but anybody can pick it up and they put it in plain language so that you can do it yourself. Well, we kind of designed this site that way so that anybody without any experience or knowing really what they need can go in and learn in a very casual, at their own pace, ability to learn what's going on. What do I need to do, and how do I need to get this stuff done? And we've made it very simple that we literally have people that find out about it, and within an hour and a half, they walk out with their estate documents, and they can't do that anywhere else. You can't get a revocable living trust and powers of attorneys, and all of those other documents that you really need that quickly. And it's partly because we've taken the technology and really moved the client experience up front, as opposed to it all being about the attorneys and the staff and the office and all that. We've gotten rid of all that kind of running around that used to take forever, and put the client in the driver's seat.
Well, when I went out there, and I am not a legal eagle. So when I walked out there, I'm trying to think, hey, I'm just the normal advisor going out there looking at documentation. My clients always say, I need a will, I need a trust. What about probate? How do I address my estate plan? Or bigger than that, how do I address state taxes? Because a lot of people say, and this is one of our mistakes that we're making right now as advisors, we say, unless you're a married couple, 10 million or more, there's really no estate taxes. But everybody keeps forgetting about the estate tax at the state level, which never dittos the federal government law.
In fact, as the federal estate tax went to zero for 1 year and then came back up, in that stair step down, a lot of states, what they did was decouple. And so some of them jumped off back when it was $1 million, some off at $2 million. There's even one state that taxes both estate taxes and inheritance taxes. So they get you kind of coming and going. So yeah, and then you've got issues of creditor protection and other things as well. So reason why, even if you weren't subject to estate tax, you'd want some sort of protection in place.
And that really is a good point, is that a lot of people consider estate planning as a process of planning to die. But in reality, it's putting your client, as a producer, you're putting your client in a position of control. It's not just about taxes. It's about all the other relevant parts of your life that by doing an estate plan, you maintain control over, versus surrendering control to sometimes an unknown third party, or even maybe the judicial system that you definitely don't want to control it.
Well, we're going to come back and give you a little bit, kind of a snippet, a little video clip of a little bit of a welcome into Estate Docs Pro, kind of give you an introduction into it, and we'll go right to that video. And I want you to watch this and see if this doesn't work for your practice.
Hi, my name is Mark Kohler. I'm a CPA, attorney, best-selling author, and a partner in the law firm KKOS Lawyers, serving clients nationwide. But most importantly, I'm honored and proud to be a part of Estate Docs Pro, this amazing website helping Americans all over the country establish their comprehensive estate plan. Now, you may be shocked to know that over 83% of Americans have no estate plan at all, including a will. Now, this unique internet technology has been designed for a reason. First of all, to help you and or your clients establish an estate plan far below the cost of using a traditional law firm. Now, our attorneys in our office with 25 years of combined estate planning experience have worked tirelessly and continue to update these documents so that they're compliant in all 50 states, so that you can establish a comprehensive estate plan and know that it was done right. Now, what I love about this technology is that we're able to partner with these geniuses that allowed us to establish an interview process, so that when you go through this website and start the interview, you're able to tailor the estate plan to your situation. And you get all the pieces and parts of a traditional estate plan: wills, a living trust, powers of attorney for healthcare or finances, pull the plug document, heaven forbid, and even all the funeral and burial instructions, or maybe you even want to donate organs. But it's all included, and you get to tailor it to your situation. Now that brings a huge peace of mind to so many people that are building wealth, and even if they just have simple life insurance and want to make sure it's going to their family in the proper way. Special provisions for minor children or children that act like minors, it's all included. And it's built in a way that's easy to understand and easy to fill out, so that you know it's comprehensive and includes all the provisions that you were hoping for. Frankly, our technology is the future of estate planning. Think about it. People have been doing their taxes on the internet for years. Well, this is an opportunity for clients to do their estate planning in an interview process on a web-based technology platform. In fact, in Popular Mechanics in 2012, they said the future of estate planning is going to be through the web. In fact, quote, a virtual lawyer will more than likely be planning your estate plan on the web, end of quote. This is phenomenal, and you as a licensee are part of this future. This is the only web-based estate planning technology in America to design a comprehensive estate plan. We look forward to working with you and hope that you'll find how powerful this service is, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with you.
Well, that was a nice little introduction. I really appreciated it.
Yeah, and I ditto what Mark said. This is the future of estate planning.
And it's in the cloud. We're already on the advanced technology.
Oh, definitely, and this is the future. This is the way everybody's going to be doing it.
If you want to go ahead and try their 30-day free trial, estatedocs.pro.com/thebiz. Just sign up and you'll get 30 days, right?
That's
30
correct.
days free trial. And remember, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, or email me, steve@thebiz.tv. Well, that's the Buzz on the Biz for today. You've been in the zone, the business insurance zone.
You're listening to the insurance industry's #1 resource for products, planning ideas, carrier information, and interviews you can use. When it comes to life insurance, annuities, long-term care, disability, or group pension plans, we're the news you can use.